Sometimes a single word can haunt a person for life. For Violet Mason, that word was stock star. They called her one thing her entire life, breeding stock star. The men in Cedar Springs whispered it like a dirty joke. The women muttered it with pursed lips and sharp eyes. And Violet Mason, she heard it everywhere, even when no one said it aloud. Her wide hips, her full figure, her soft, motherly build, made for babies they said, built like a prize heifer star. But what she didn't know was that her own brother had been listening too, and planning. On a blistering summer afternoon, Marcus Mason stood in the center of town with $600 in his trembling hands. $600. More money than their family had seen since their parents died. More money than he'd ever dreamed of holding at once. And all it cost him was his sister. The man who paid that price was Colt Brennan, owner of the Iron Ridge Ranch, 6 feet 8 inches tall, broad enough to carry a steer on his back. Everything about him screamed wealth and power, from his polished boots to the gold watch chain glinting against his black vest. And now he owned Violet Mason. But only hours before, Violet had been in their small kitchen, hands dusted with flour, kneading bread dough in her emerald dress, the dress her mother once said made her brown eyes glow. She never thought much of her looks. As long as she stayed modest and clean, it was enough. Then Marcus burst through the door. His face was flushed, his eyes shining with a kind of desperate excitement. Violet, pack your things. We're going to town. She wiped her hands on her apron. What for? There's someone I want you to meet. Someone important. Her brow furrowed. For weeks, he'd been disappearing, sneaking out before dawn, coming home with dirt under his nails and secrets in his eyes. Marcus, what are you up to? He forced a smile. Just trust me. This could change everything for us. An hour later, they stood in the town square. The place buzzed with life, wagons rattling, boots clattering, horses snorting impatiently. But Violet noticed the stares first, neighbors she'd known since childhood, shopkeepers, strangers in fine coats. And the way the men looked at her, calculating, assessing, like she wasn't even human. Her stomach twisted. That's when she saw him. Colt Brennan. He stood apart, towering over everyone else. His steel-gray eyes fixed on her with a quiet intensity. Her pulse jumped, not with attraction, but with fear. Marcus, she whispered, gripping his arm. What is this? Before he could answer, Samuel Hartwell, the old auctioneer, climbed onto a crate. His voice boomed across the square. Gentlemen, today we present Miss Violet Mason, 20 years old, healthy, good character. As you can see, strong hips, full figure. The Lord himself built her for bearing children. The words hit her like stones. Her heart dropped into her stomach. This wasn't a gathering. This was an auction star. Her brother had brought her here to be sold star. Marcus, no. She choked, trying to step back, but his grip clamped down like iron. It's for the best, Violet, he muttered through clenched teeth. You're 20, and no man's courted you proper. This way, you'll have security. A good home. Children. A future. Her voice cracked. You're selling me. I'm giving you a chance at life, he snapped. But he didn't look her in the eye. The bidding began. 50. Someone shouted. 75. 100. Each number echoed in her chest, hollow and cruel. Men she'd known since childhood, neighbors, shopkeepers, raising their hands like she was livestock at market. Her face burned with humiliation. And then Colt Brennan spoke. Asterisk 600. Asterisk. The square went dead silent. $600 was more than 2 years of back-breaking labor for most men. The auctioneer's voice trembled. Asterisk 600, going once. 600, going twice. Asterisk. Violet turned her head. Marcus's eyes gleamed, locked on the money that would buy asterisk his asterisk freedom at the cost of asterisk hers star. Asterisk sold to Mr. Brennan. Asterisk the gavel cracked. And with that, Violet Mason's life was no longer her own. The crowd began to scatter, muttering in disbelief. Violet stood frozen, her mind reeling. She wasn't Violet anymore. She was asterisk property asterisk, owned by a man whose reputation for ruthlessness stretched across 3 territories. Colt Brennan approached, his boots heavy against the planks. Up close, his size was overwhelming. His shadow swallowed her whole. Her heart pounded against her ribs. But when he spoke, his voice was calm. Asterisk Miss Mason, asterisk he said quietly, asterisk I know this isn't what you expected. But you're safe now. That's my promise. Asterisk. Asterisk safe. Asterisk. The word cracked something open inside her. Behind her, Marcus stuffed coins into his pockets, already turning away, asterisk not a word, not even a goodbye. Asterisk. Her throat ached as she watched him vanish into the crowd. Just like that, her old life ended. Colt's grey eyes lingered on her, unreadable, steady. Violet felt the ground sway beneath her feet. The weight of shame, fear, betrayal, and something else, something terrifying, a flicker of asterisk possibility star. Because what she didn't know was that sometimes the end of one story is only the beginning of another. The Iron Ridge Ranch spread across the horizon like a kingdom carved out of dust and sunlight. To Violet Mason, it looked less like a home and more like another world. Colt Brennan's carriage rolled smoothly across the dirt road, its leather seat soft as butter, its spring swallowing every bump. But Violet didn't notice the comfort. She sat stiff in the farthest corner, her hands clasped in her lap, her heart thundering in her chest. This wasn't freedom. This wasn't safety. This was captivity dressed up in velvet. The silence between them stretched until the creak of the wheels and the clop of hooves seemed deafening. Finally, Colt spoke. Asterisk, I know what you're thinking. Asterisk. Her eyes never left the window. Asterisk, do you? Asterisk. Asterisk, you're wondering what kind of man buys a woman at auction, and what I plan to do with you. Asterisk. The bluntness of his words made her flinch. Her throat tightened. Asterisk, and what do you plan to do with me, Mr. Brennan? Asterisk. He didn't answer right away. His massive hands gripped the reins, the leather looking small against his palms. His jaw worked, his profile carved hard against the afternoon light. When he finally spoke, his voice was steady. Careful. Asterisk, that depends on what asterisk you asterisk want. Asterisk. Violet blinked, turning toward him at last. Asterisk, what I want doesn't matter anymore, asterisk she whispered. Asterisk, you bought me. I'm yours, property. Asterisk. Asterisk, no asterisk. The word cracked like a whip, sharp enough to make her jump. Asterisk, you're not property, Miss Mason. You're a person who got caught in an impossible situation. Asterisk. Her chest rose and fell too fast. Asterisk, then why? Why bid on me at all? Asterisk. His jaw tightened. A muscle in his cheek twitched. Asterisk, because I couldn't stomach the way those men looked at you. Harold Creek would have worked you into the ground. Patterson, asterisk, his voice dropped, gravelly and dark, asterisk, let's just say he's broken every woman he's ever laid hands on. I wasn't about to watch them get another. Asterisk. The ranch house came into view just then, rising from the land like a cathedral of stone and timber. Violet's breath caught. Tall windows glinting gold in the sun. Wraparound porches wide enough for an entire town to gather. Gardens alive with color. It was wealth and power stitched together with beauty. It's, her voice trembled. It's beautiful. Colt's eyes softened. My mother's design. She wanted a home grand enough for governors, but warm enough for children. Her head turned slowly. Where is she now? He didn't look at her. Buried on the ridge. Fever took her when I was 15. A shadow flickered over his face, old grief carried quiet. Been just me and the staff ever since. The carriage rolled to a stop. A woman stood waiting at the steps, apron tied neat, silver strands glinting in her dark hair, eyes kind and steady. Mrs. Rodriguez, Colt called, stepping down first. He turned back for Violet, his hands enormous, wrapped around her waist as he lifted her gently from the carriage. He could have tossed her like a sack of flour. Instead, his touch was respectful. Careful. Miss Violet Mason, he said, his deep voice carrying weight, she'll be staying with us. Mrs. Rodriguez's eyes softened at once. Welcome, dear. Come inside. You must be tired. As Colt strode off toward the stables, Mrs. Rodriguez guided Violet up the wide steps. He can be rough around the edges, she whispered. But Mr. Colt is a good man. You'll be safe here. The word safe felt like lies, but Violet clung to them anyway. Inside, the ranch swallowed her whole. Ceilings stretched high. Doors framed wide. Furniture oversized, as though every room had been built with Colt's body in mind. Yet somehow it wasn't crude. It was beautiful. Intentional. Your room is upstairs, Mrs. Rodriguez said warmly. The blue room. Best view of the mountains. My room. Violet asked, stunned. A smile tugged at the older woman's lips. Did you think he'd keep you in the barn? The blue room opened like a dream. A four-poster bed draped in quilts. A wardrobe carved from oak. A writing desk facing mountains kissed pink by the setting sun. It was larger than her family's entire cabin back in Cedar Springs. There are dresses in the wardrobe, Mrs. Rodriguez explained gently. Mr. Colt ordered them weeks ago. Violet spun. Weeks ago. The woman's eyes softened. He heard rumors about what your brother was planning. He tried to stop it. Offered Marcus money outright to keep you safe. But Marcus, she shook her head, some men choose silver over blood. Violet's chest tightened, the betrayal twisting deeper. So he planned all of this? He planned to protect you, Mrs. Rodriguez said firmly. He only bid because he knew the others would destroy you. Alone at last, Violet sat on the edge of the bed. Her emerald dress still wrinkled, her hands trembling in her lap. Her brother had traded her for coins. Her captor had prepared for her before she even knew her fate. But why? Why would one of the richest men in the territory care what happened to Violet Mason, a plain, unwanted girl from Cedar Springs? A knock at the door broke her thoughts. Colt's voice came through, low and respectful. Miss Mason, dinner's ready. We need to talk about your situation here. Her stomach fluttered with dread. She smoothed her dress, squared her shoulders, and faced the door. Nothing about this day had gone the way anyone expected, not her brother, not her. And least of all, the man who had paid $600 to rewrite her fate. Dinner at the Iron Ridge Ranch was unlike anything Violet Mason had ever seen in her life. The dining room stretched wide, its stone hearth glowing with firelight, its long table polished to a mirror's shine. It could have seated 20 men, but tonight it was set for only 2. Candles flickered in iron sconces, casting the room in a soft golden light. Colt Brennan stood waiting, no longer in his ranch coat, but in a simple white shirt and dark trousers. The clothes did little to soften him. He was still a mountain of a man. But there was something almost old-fashioned in the way he pulled out her chair. "I hope you like beef," he said, his deep voice carrying just the faintest hint of humor. "It's about all we serve around here." Despite herself, Violet almost smiled. Almost. "I suppose that comes with owning the largest cattle ranch in 3 territories, she answered softly. A spark lit his eyes. Smart. Observant. Good qualities to have. The meal was a feast compared to what Violet was used to. Steak so tender it nearly melted beneath her fork. Vegetables straight from the ranch garden. Bread still warm, its crust golden, its scent filling the room. She should have been hungry, but her throat was tight, her stomach knotted. Every bite tasted like waiting for whatever truth he was about to lay on the table. Because Colt Brennan hadn't spent $600 for nothing. And sooner or later, she would find out what that price bought. At last, Colt set down his fork, leaned back in his massive chair, and fixed her with a steady gaze. Violet, his tone was serious now, I need you to understand something about your situation here. Her hands froze in her lap. Her pulse drummed. Here it comes, she thought. The real reason. The real cost. I know what people expect when a man like me acquires a woman like you, Colt went on. But I want to make one thing clear. Crystal clear. His grey eyes held hers, unflinching. I will never force anything on you. Not intimacy. Not marriage. Not even staying here, if you don't want to. For a moment, Violet just stared. What do you mean? She whispered. I mean, you have choices. Real ones. He leaned forward slightly, his arms resting on the table. You can stay here as long as you like. You'd be safe. Comfortable. Mrs. Rodriguez would welcome the help in the house. He paused, I can give you enough money to travel wherever you want. Start fresh. Leave Iron Ridge behind, if that's what you choose. Her lips parted in disbelief. And in return? Nothing, Colt said simply. No conditions. No expectations. No price tag hanging over your head. Violet's voice shook as she answered. With all due respect, Mr. Brennan, men don't pay $600 for a woman and expect nothing in return. A long silence fell between them. Colt's gaze dropped to his hands. His jaw worked as though he was weighing how much of himself to reveal. When he spoke again, his voice was lower. Rougher. My mother, he said quietly, was sold into marriage when she was 17. Not at auction, but close enough. Her father used her to pay off gambling debts. Violet's breath caught. She lived miserable for years, until my father passed. And she finally had a taste of freedom. Before she died, she made me promise one thing. His voice thickened. That if I ever had the power to stop that kind of suffering, I would. His eyes lifted to hers again, shadowed with old pain. Today, I kept that promise. Violet's throat closed. So this is charity. The bitterness slipped out before she could stop it. No, Colt said firmly. This is justice. What your brother did to you was wrong. What those men at the auction wanted was worse. Someone had to make it right. Her vision blurred. But why me? You don't even know me. I know enough, he said quietly. She blinked. How? I asked around. His mouth quirked faintly. I don't do anything blindly, Miss Mason. I needed to know the kind of person I was helping. And what did you hear? That you've been breaking your back to keep your brother's farm alive? That you taught yourself to read from your mother's books? That you've been caring for Mrs. Henderson's sick baby every Tuesday, never taking payment because you knew she couldn't spare a dime? Her eyes widened. How could you possibly? I have ears in Cedar Springs, he said simply. Good ones. Violet shook her head slowly, her chest tight. And what did you decide? For the first time that evening, Colt smiled, a true smile that softened his whole face, warmed his storm-gray eyes. I decided Cedar Springs was losing someone remarkable, and Iron Ridge was lucky to have her. Her heart gave a painful, unfamiliar flutter. They talked long after the plates were cleared. Colt asked questions about her thoughts on books, on farming, even on politics. And he listened really listened, like her answers carried weight. No man had ever spoken to her that way before. When dessert was done, Colt rose from the table. Would you like to see the library? He asked. The word alone made Violet's breath catch. And when she stepped inside, she nearly wept. Walls from floor to ceiling lined with books, hundreds, no, thousand star. Leather spines worn with love. Shelves filled with voices she had only ever dreamed of hearing. She ran trembling fingers along the titles, Dickens. Austen. Hawthorne. Colt watched her wonder, his smile quiet, content. Take whatever you like, he said. Books are meant to be read, not displayed. Standing there, bathed in lamplight and surrounded by stories, Violet felt something shift inside her. For the first time since the auction, her mind wasn't on what had been stolen from her. It was on what might still be possible star. She turned toward him, her voice barely above a whisper. Mr. Brennan, if I stayed, what would my life look like? Colt's answer was simple. Whatever you wanted it to look like. Her chest tightened. And you would expect nothing. He met her gaze, steady. Sure. Only what you chose to give freely. That night, lying beneath a quilt softer than clouds, staring through the window at a sky thick with stars, Violet realized something. For the first time in her life, she felt like the future wasn't something to fear. Maybe it was something to reach for. But far away, back in Cedar Springs, Marcus Mason was already emptying his leather pouch in the whiskey halls. The coins that bought his sister's fate were vanishing faster than dust in a storm. And when a desperate man runs out of luck, he becomes dangerous. Deadly dangerous. 3 weeks at Iron Ridge Ranch changed everything Violet thought she knew about life. Each morning, she woke in a soft blue room, sunlight spilling through curtains finer than anything she'd ever owned. The work was steady but fulfilling. Mrs. Rodriguez became more than a supervisor, she became a friend. For the first time in years, Violet found herself laughing and not at life's bitter cruelty. But it was the evenings that truly surprised her. Every night after dinner, she and Colt sat in a library, talking about books, sharing stories, debating everything from philosophy to ranch management. And with every conversation, Violet saw more of who he really was, beneath the size and strength. A thoughtful, lonely man who valued her opinion like it mattered. One evening, Colt leaned forward. You've got good instincts about people, he told her. That idea about schooling for the children? Brilliant. Violet felt warmth in her chest. It just seems wasteful to let kids grow up here without an education. Colt shook his head, almost smiling. Most men in my position wouldn't care about workers' children. Violet answered before she could stop herself. You're not most men. Her cheeks flushed, but Colt's smile deepened. And for the first time, she wondered if her feelings for him were becoming more than gratitude. But that night, something felt different. Colt seemed restless. Distracted. His eyes kept flicking to the window. Finally, he set his book down. I got troubling news today, about your brother. Violet froze. What kind of news? Colt's jaw tightened. He's been asking around town, not about you, but about how much money I might be paying to keep you comfortable here. Violet's stomach sank. I don't understand. Colt's voice hardened. He's spreading rumors, saying you and I have an arrangement, the kind that could ruin your reputation. He wants me to pay him to stay quiet. Violet felt sick. So he's trying to blackmail you. Using me. Exactly. She stood abruptly, pacing toward the window. The ranch stretched out beneath the starlight, peaceful, beautiful, fragile star. What will you do? That depends on you, Colt said. She turned. His eyes held nothing but concern. What do you mean? He stood too, closing the space but keeping respectful distance. These past 3 weeks have been important to me, watching you find your place here, seeing you bloom star. I don't want to lose that . But I won't keep you here if it puts you at risk. If your brother's schemes could hurt you, I'll give you enough to vanish completely, new name, new life, somewhere he'll never find you. Her voice wavered. And what about what you want? What I want doesn't matter if it puts you in danger. She swallowed. What do you want, Colt? The use of his first name startled them both. For weeks, they kept formal distance. Now it felt false. Colt's voice dropped, quiet but sure. I want you to stay. Not because I bought your freedom. Not because you owe me, but because you choose to be here. Because maybe someday, you could see me as more than the man who rescued you. Her heart raced. More than that. Colt nodded, his eyes vulnerable. As a man who's fallen in love with your intelligence, your strength, your kindness, a man who would be honored if you might ever love him back. The words hung between them, fragile as glass. Violet whispered. Colt. I stopped thinking of you as my rescuer weeks ago. He breathed in sharply. Then what do you see me as? She stepped closer, so close she could see the hope in his eyes. As the man I look forward to every evening. As someone who sees me as more than breeding stock more than a burden. As someone I might already be falling in love with. Colt reached up, cupping her face gently in his massive hands. Are you brave enough to admit it? Asterisk, he asked. Violet's lips trembled into a smile. Asterisk, with you? I think I might be. Asterisk. Their foreheads nearly touched. Their lips just a breath apart. And then, asterisk, hoofbeat star. Horses thundered into the yard. Shouts cut through the night. Marcus had come. And this time, he wasn't alone. The riders came hard and fast, 6 men led by Marcus Mason. Their horses thundered into the quiet yard of Iron Ridge Ranch, turning peace into chaos in seconds. Violet stood frozen at the library window, her stomach twisting when she recognized the faces riding behind her brother. Harold Creek. Old Man Patterson. And 4 others she knew all too well, men from the auction. Men who hadn't forgotten their disappointment the night Colt outbid them. Colt's voice broke the silence, low, steady. Asterisk, stay inside. Asterisk. He moved toward the gun rack, but Violet caught his arm, her hand pressed against solid muscle. Asterisk, no, asterisk, she whispered. Asterisk, if this is about me, I should face it. Asterisk. Asterisk, Violet, these men are dangerous. Asterisk. Asterisk, so are you, asterisk, she surprised herself with the certainty in her voice. Asterisk, but I won't hide while someone else fights my battles. I've been treated like property my whole life. That ends asterisk now star. Asterisk. So they walked out together onto the porch. Not as master and servant. Not as rescuer and rescued. But asterisk side by side asterisk, as equals. Marcus dismounted first, swagger in his step. But Violet saw it, the flicker of fear when his eyes landed on Colt. Asterisk, sister. Asterisk, Marcus called, his tone dripping with false cheer. Asterisk, you're looking well, prosperous. Asterisk. Asterisk, what do you want, Marcus? Asterisk, Violet's voice was steady now, stronger than she'd ever felt. Asterisk, just making sure Brennan here is treating you right. Asterisk, though his grin widened, ugly. Asterisk, word around town says asterisk, respect asterisk isn't what you're getting. Asterisk. Harold Creek spat on the ground, grinning yellow teeth. Asterisk, folks say you're a rich man's mistress, living soft while your family suffers. Asterisk. Asterisk, lies. Asterisk, Colt's voice cut across the yard like thunder. Asterisk, and you know they're lies. Asterisk. Asterisk, do we? Asterisk, Marcus pulled a folded paper from his vest. Asterisk, because I've got proof her virtue's been compromised. Now, I'm not unreasonable, but family honor requires some compensation. Asterisk. Asterisk, how much? Asterisk, Colt asked flatly. Marcus's eyes gleamed. Asterisk, $2,000. Asterisk. Violet's jaw dropped. Asterisk, you sold me for $600, and now you want $2,000 more? For asterisk what asterisk? Asterisk. Asterisk, for keeping quiet. Asterisk, Marcus snapped. Asterisk, unless you'd rather the whole territory know exactly what kind of arrangement you two have. Asterisk. That's when Violet stepped forward, and something in her voice, something in her stance, made all 6 men sit up straighter. Asterisk, you want to know my arrangement? Asterisk, she said, her voice clear as a bell. Asterisk, Mr. Brennan gave me safety. Respect. Choices. He gave me work that matters, companionship, a asterisk real asterisk home. For the first time since Mama and Papa died, asterisk she moved closer, small in size, but towering in spirit, asterisk he values me for my asterisk mind asterisk, not just my body, for my dreams, for my future. Asterisk. Harold Creek sneered. Asterisk, pretty words, but what's asterisk he asterisk getting in return? Asterisk. Violet's lips curved into a radiant smile. Asterisk, my love, asterisk she said, asterisk freely asterisk given, asterisk honestly asterisk earned, asterisk completely asterisk genuine. She turned to Colt, then, locking eyes with him. Asterisk, I love you, asterisk she said, her voice carrying across the yard. Asterisk, not because you saved me. Not because you own me, but because you're a good man. And if you'll have me, I'd be honored to be your wife. Asterisk. Silence fell, asterisk heavy star. Asterisk absolute star. Then Colt moved. He stepped forward and dropped to one knee. Right there in the dirt, before Marcus, before the men, before the whole world. Asterisk Violet Mason, asterisk his voice shook with emotion, asterisk would you marry me? Not as part of any deal, but because I love you more than I thought I could, and I'll spend the rest of my life proving I deserve the gift of your love. Asterisk. Tears spilled down her cheeks. Asterisk yes, asterisk she whispered. Then louder, stronger, asterisk yes. Absolutely, yes. Asterisk. Colt rose, pulled her into his arms, and kissed her, a kiss so fierce, so full of truth, that every man watching knew their scheme had crumbled. Marcus's voice broke, trembling with rage. Asterisk, this ain't over. Asterisk. Colt didn't even look at him. His eye stayed on Violet. Asterisk, yes, it is. You sold her for $600. What she chooses now, that's between her and me. You set foot on this ranch again, you'll be shot as trespassers. Asterisk. The men shifted uneasily. Their plan had failed. Their leverage, gone. One by one, they turned their horses, and under the Texas stars, they rode off in bitter defeat. Colt held Violet close on the porch. His voice was soft now. Asterisk, no regrets. Asterisk. She looked out at the land that had become her sanctuary, then up at the man who had become her heart. Asterisk, only one, asterisk she whispered. Asterisk, that it took us 3 weeks to get here. Asterisk. And she kissed him again, under the vast, endless Texas sky.